Let's go.
Pittsburgh Steelers fans, thanks for joining us. Not on a Wednesday night this week. We got moved to Thursday because of the draft coming out yesterday, and Jeff and Dave and Bad was doing the schedule release show. So we're taking their place on Thursday, took our place on Wednesday. Big G, Shannon, myself, and Kirby did do our own draft release show on the No Dogs channel last night. It was really fun. I think lots of good takes. I'm probably going to take some things back tonight because last night I had the Steelers going 14-3.
No. Well, you know what? You about to get Mr. 50-50. You at least go 9. You ain't going 100%. You about to go 90-10. 90-10 is in the building.
I was a little hype off the draft last night, but we'll get into all that, man. Fellas, what's happening? I got the big homie in the building, the Trip OG, Shannon White in the building. Shannon, what's good?
We had a blast last night. I just had so much fun. It was a lot of fun. It was so much fun. I love picking at you because it was like you listen to Jeff Hartman. Anytime we do the predictions, like we would do when we'd write an article, he always picked them to win. He never, ever one time picked them to lose the game. And last night I thought you was,
I was in my Jeff bag.
Yeah, right. And I was like, is he going to pick him to lose to anybody? But no, it was a blast. We had a great participation. So, and I'm looking forward to tonight as well.
Yeah, lots of fun. Also in the building and probably somewhere outside on them streets. If Shannon the Trip OG is the big homie, then it only stands the reason that Big G, even though he Big G, is a little homie. Big G, what's happening, man?
I'll take little homie, little fella. It don't matter. You can call me one of them Lils, L-I-Ls. I'll take one of them Lils. So what's cracking, Tate, man? What's up, Shannon, man? Yeah, we did have a bunch of fun last night. And when I'm telling you Tate Boy Fresh was calling out them dubs, he wasn't messing around, bro. That boy, Shannon, he was making it rain with them dubs, bro. Making it rain. I was like, but you know what, Tate? I told you. I'm 100% with you. I'm 100%. I'm with him. I'm with him, Shannon, 100%.
Hey, he was doing Oprah Winfrey. He was like, you get a win and you get a win and everybody gets a win.
Sure was. But I'm with him. I'm with him. Because you know what normally? Because Tate is so integrous and a lot of times he calls it like it is, Tate might be on to something, man. And I already done told y'all that if it goes down the way Tate said, I'm retiring G. Stradamus forever. It's over. I'm passing the mantle of the Eagle Eye Prophet from one to the next. Shannon, Elisha to Elisha. I'm giving him the mantle. He taking over, man. He going to be Tate Stradamus. The mantle of G. Stradamus is gone forever. And now it's Tate Stradamus, man, because, man, Tate was calling it like he saw it, bro. Calling like he saw it. And that was total facts.
Yeah, man. I just got caught up in – because it's different. When you do the schedule come out and you look at each game as a fan, and this is the fans' first sports network, as a fan, you think in a positive way all the ways you can win. In life, I'm a glass half full type guy. You know what I mean?
Facts.
I don't complain about circumstances and stuff like that. Whatever it is, we'll deal with it. And if it's tough, we can figure it out. So I got the Steelers figured it out 14 times already.
Yeah, Tate, I'm trying to tell you, listen, I told you I'm with you. You might have seen Wade out there. This might be the coming of your prophetic nature and calling out what the Steelers actually are, man. It might have showed up because I'm telling you, I'm with you 100%. And every time they win, I'm telling you, Tate called it. I'll be like, all I'm going to do for about 10 minutes in the show is just put the sign up. Matter of fact, I'm going to get a new sign and say Tate Facts. Tate Facts. I'm going to say Tate. Every time they get a dub, Tate Facts. Tate Facts. I told you. I told you he was going to win.
The losses were so few, I can tell you which one they were. Had them splitting with the Bengals, splitting with the Ravens, and I think I had them losing to was it Green Bay early? Because the first 7 I had them 5-2.
Yeah.
Then they got hot and went 9-1 to finish the season.
And you know what, man? You know what? Why are we on this little part of the subject of the show? You know what, ESPN? Listen. I got a bone. Tate and Shannon, they said that the Steelers was going 0-6 to start the season, dog. I heard them say it.
Who said on ESPN?
All them jokers, the panel.
No, Dan Orlowski said it.
Yeah, he started it up, but everybody chimed in and had a little something to say, and there was a lot of co-signing going on over there on ESPN. So Mr. Orlowski running out of the back of the end zone, big trash quarterback, you keep your mouth up off the Pittsburgh Steelers, bro, because there ain't no way in hell we going 0-6. You can stop that right now. Stop it. Hell no. We ain't going no 0-6. Get up out of here, Mr. Orlowski.
No diddy.
Like, stop that. You reaching.
You know what you did, man.
Yeah, I know what I did, and I ain't saying it again, but you reaching, though. I know exactly what I did.
Keep your mouth up off the Pittsburgh Steelers is a reach?
That's a reach. That's a street. You ain't spending enough time in the streets lately. You ain't spending enough time in the streets lately. That's street lingo, dog. You ain't spending enough time out there, man.
Keep my name out your mouth.
Yeah. That's That's true.
See, like we were just talking backstage. There's a strategic way to say some things, you know. But yeah, because we're childish, because we're petty. I actually was watching somebody on ESPN or Fox Sports 1 day on one of the TV shows. They said pause about themselves too. They said something.
Yeah, I heard it. I heard Ryan Clark say it twice. Ryan Clark was like, pause. I'm sorry. I'm pause. I was like, dang. Hey, man, Mark Malone talking strong.
What Mark say?
6-0 to start it out.
Well,
Mark Malone say 6-0. Mark Malone, you about to get some facts.
I had them 5-1 in the first 6. Then I think I had them losing to somebody after that. But yeah, so I don't remember. But yeah, hey, shout out Mark. Mark, you usually going to the old country, the new country behind some of the stuff you be chatting. Mm-hmm. But we appreciate you getting on the win train, the dub train, because you know some of us out here. Last night, Big G, you had them going what?
12-5 or 11-6, depending on 12-5 or 11-6, depending on what happens with the last game.
No, what'd you have them going? I could say 14-3 or 12-5. What'd you say last night? Because we gonna reevaluate.
12-5. I said 12-5. I said 12-5.
I was 10-7 or 11-6.
Yeah, see, yeah, he was.
Put your oars out. Pick one.
Well, that's what I said last night.
That's what I said.
Last game against Baltimore, they're either going to be 10-7 or 11-6.
Yeah, that's the same thing I said. But I said one game more. I said one more game. Yeah.
Danny,
you had them losing. Shannon had them losing to like the big trash Browns one time or something like that, and that was the difference between me and Shannon's pick. I losing
to the Bears, which a lot of y'all thought they was going to beat the Bears.
Hell no.
They don't win in Chicago, guys.
We're going to beat the hell out of Chicago, Shannon. I'm telling you right now. Shannon, we going to beat the hell out of the Bears, bro. And then when it happens, I want you to come back and you call me G. Stradamus.
Okay.
Because I'm telling you right now, if they don't win any other game all year, they're going to beat the hell out of the Bears. Trust me, the Bears got one coming.
They do. They never play good in Chicago.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, the Bears got one coming. They are I have seen more shows, NFL Network, ESPN, on the hype train of the Chicago Bears. And I'm like, what in the world? How? Yeah, they had a decent draft, but you got to show me that quarterback is worth something. I ain't seen it yet.
Yeah, but
I ain't seen it yet.
They got Ben Johnson, and I believe that his offense, his brilliance will open things up for though they've got talent. So, you know, I mean, I think Detroit is what.
Shannon froze.
As I like them better, I think they're going to come back down to earth because they've lost a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Chicago might improve a little bit.
We got our first super chat, Tate. It's Claude for the 2 binkers. You muted, fine. Man, I can't find the fine sign. I've been looking 3 weeks for the fine sign.
You don't got to find it, man. Yeah, I want to address Gene Smith comment real quick. 11 Wins is max without seeing a single snap yet. I can dig that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's playing it safe. I don't think Vegas has anybody over 11 wins. 11 and a half is the most they would have somebody. So
That's fact. That's facts.
That's kind of taking the safe way out. 11 wins is the most for pretty much anybody. You gotta get out there and let your
Shannon know what you got to let Shannon know. Shannon, you say you got to let them hang, bro. Let them hang. Let them
and make a pick to stand by something, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
But yeah, so thanks for the super chat from the homie, one of the chat generals in the building. Is that a conflict of interest? Can he be a chat general and a governor of the Matrix?
Yeah, he leads his crew from the Matrix. He's the King Don over there. He's Don Dada. And in the Matrix, he's a King Don. So he leads his crew from the Matrix. So yeah, absolutely. A Matrix chat general. We salute you, bruh. What's cracking? What's going on, Claude?
Claude, there you go. Big G. Go ahead and address him as Sir Bishop one more time.
No way, Jose. That time has passed. That time has passed. No way. But I will say, Mr. Bishop, how you doing this evening? He said, do the Steelers sign a true wide receiver number 2? And thank you for the $2. Absolutely, yes. Absolutely. Well, no. Let me stop. Let me stop. If we get to OTAs and Roman Wilson, or if Robert Woods is not up to par and Roman Wilson doesn't look like he can mature into a wide receiver 2, then yes, we do. And the reason I'm saying that is this. People forget we won a Super Bowl with Antoine Randall and Hines Ward. And everybody thought Antoine, remember, because we lost Plexico, and everybody said, oh, we're done. Shannon, remember that? We lost Plexico. Oh, we're done. We don't. Fool. We won the Super Bowl with Antoine Randall and Hines Ward. And they was throwing touchdown passes to each other. So stop it. If Roman Wilson shows he can be like Tyler Lockett, and he improves in OTAs, then we don't need one. And I think we'll be just fine. If not, if Robert Woods shows he's too long in the tooth, Roman Wilson shows he can't, because I think Calvin Austin's the slot no matter what, then we go get one. That's my thoughts, y'all. That's my thoughts.
I think Calvin Austin is more the Tyler Lockett type. I think I've heard comps from Roman Wilson to like Randall Cobb, assuming Aaron Rodgers, the quarterback, like those two style players kind of match the styles of a couple of guys he's played with in the past. But we're actually going to get into wide receiver 2. That's one of the things we're going to talk about. We're going to knock some of this stuff out the way. Some of this stuff before we go to break, I want to give Shannon and Big G the floor, the platform.
What's Claude doing right there, dog? What's Claude doing?
Well, he said you should be the governor of the Matrix. He filing paperwork to have you put into the election.
Man, I'm not running for governor. Dog, you know what? That's not even a position you can run for. That's appointed. That's appointed. That's like a king. He's a dictator over there.
And you remember last week, you two was his favorite. I was not the favorite last week.
For the first time ever.
That's right. So you two, he loves you, Big G.
Don't tell me that, Shannon. Shannon, don't pee on my leg and tell me it's raining. Don't do that to me, Shannon.
So I asked you guys last night when we got finished with the Smash the Gas, I said, tell me a couple things, a thing each you want to talk about. And we're going to call this little segment for us Talking Points. So Shannon, you go first. Shannon had kind of, this is paraphrasing what he said, but he thinks Omar Khan and Andy Wild are doing a good job, assembling a group of warrior mentality players. So that's the short and skinny of what he said. But Shannon, I'll let you get into it and explain what you're talking about, man.
Well, we're gonna take a break, or we
take a break after we do this.
After this part, okay. Yeah. What I mean is, everybody's upset about Pickens, but I want a group of guys that are team first guys that we as the fans can be proud to root for. We've had guys, so many great Steeler players and legends through the years, and they're more than just a football team for me. Of all the sports, and I love sports in general, there's only one team I love, one team I've faithfully followed my whole life for as far back as I can remember. That's the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I will never change that. And I've always been proud that they represent a certain mentality, what they mean to the community, what they mean to us as a fan base.
Mm-hmm.
But in the last couple of decades, we've had a couple of guys here and there that do not fit the culture. They do not fit what I want to root for. They are not team first guys. I was raised that whatever you do, you might not always be the best, but do it to the best of your ability.
Mm-hmm.
That's character.
Mm-hmm.
That takes consistency. That takes maturity. And it's a selfless attitude. And
Mm-hmm.
we're famous for those guys. But we've had some predominantly wide receivers.
Yeah.
We've had a Devin Bush here and a certain guys there. But it's been a lot of guys that the Steelers have gotten later in the draft or in a certain position of the draft because they were there where they would have been taken much earlier because of their freakish athletic ability.
Mm-hmm.
They had maturity problems, character issues. And I'm tired of those guys. I don't want that anymore. I want guys that's going to have a return to the old school nature and culture of the Pittsburgh Steelers organization.
Mm.
And so, to me, Bluesy Pickens is addition by subtraction because I do not want to invest the amount of money it would take to sign him long term in a guy that you can't count on.
Mm.
And there is guys out there that get more out of far less athletic ability through hard work, determination, and they just care. It's an effort thing. Not about their personal statistics, but about the organization. And if you've watched since Omar Khan and Andy Weidel have taken over, they have focused predominantly on those type of individuals.
Mm-hmm.
But still, they're not all going to work out.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm proud of the guys they brought in, and I will support them wholeheartedly.
Mm-hmm.
As long as they're out there trying and doing their best, I'll support them, even if they're not the best player on the field, because they're giving it everything they got. And that's all any of us can do. You can't control the results. You can only control your own effort.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, I'm really encouraged by these last few drafts, and I believe that they're heading in the right direction and building the roster that will be capable of being a contender once they get their next franchise guy.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm excited, like I said, to whoever it is this year, I'm excited because I feel like that you're going to have a lot of team first guys that we can all be proud to root for.
Yeah, that's 150% big fact, Shannon. 100%, 50%. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm not paying $30 million for 900 yards and 4 touchdowns because that's his average.
No.
That was GP's average. GP's average for 4 years was 900 yards and 4 touchdowns. And you can say, well, you didn't have a quarterback in there. I'm not paying $30 million for 900 yards and an attitude. 900 yards, 4 touchdowns, and an attitude? Hell no. I'm not giving you that bread. No.
I will not blame the skill position guys when you've had Matt Canada as an offensive coordinator.
Mm-hmm.
You've had the quarterbacks they've had since Big Ben left,
mm-hmm.
And the offensive line that they're just now, addressing really, and hopefully we see a big improvement this year. With me, it's not even the production as much as it is the temper tantrums on the sidelines and wanting to fight fans and wanting to fight players. Where's all that fight on the play when you don't even try to recover the fumble or you don't completely run the route? If you want to show me this great effort and how tough you are, show it while you're blocking. Show it while you're trying to recover a fumble. Don't fight a guy. That's ridiculous. This isn't MMA. The lack of maturity and character was my biggest problem, especially as you say, having to pay at least $25 million a year. So I'm really excited that we have a lot of guys that now we can all be proud to root for, and it's going to be where Tomlin won't have to babysit. Maybe we'll see him. Even the criticisms that I've had with Tomlin, maybe some of them he'll have time to work on and improve on if he ain't trying to babysit all the time.
Mm-hmm. That's facts. Shannon, I agree. Chaz H, man, we thank you for the $4.99 super chat. He said, "Love the shows, fellas. Just copped a Chris Fool Matamala Fala jersey. One of my favorite Steelers. Steelers need more Samoans on the squad, 100%. I ain't mad at you, dog. I don't say his name right ever, and I just said it right. Chris Fool Matamala Fala. But I'm never going to say my boy Troy Palamuli's name right because he's a dog. And we need some more Palamulis, dog. We need a gang of them jokers, a gang of them. So, yeah, we appreciate the $4.99, and you're correct. Tate, man, you got a response to Shannon?
No, well, we're going to take a break and come back on the other side, and I'll just give my thoughts on what Shannon said, then we'll go to your talking point. And then the last half hour of the show, we'll go ahead and get into the schedule and our predictions.
Yes, sir.
See if we have any consistency from last night.
Maybe not. 50-50.
50-50. But yeah, so if you're watching on YouTube, we're not going anywhere. We're just gonna take a quick pause, give us just a little bit. We'll be right back. If you listen on audio platform, be it Apple, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Amazon, wherever you listen to your audio podcast, we have to hear a few words from our partners and advertisers, and we'll be right back after this.
The big fine behind the sign, the big one.
I hit untapped mute, man. I think it was on, but I thought it was on because I had it on. I think it might have been on because I played the crash sound effect and it put it on mute automatically. So when I hit mute, it muted me instead of unmuted me. But anyway, that was an accident.
Jay's Upper Teeth got a super chat, Tate.
Thanks, Jay. We'll jump right to it. Okay. Go ahead with that, Big G or Shannon. Thanks, Jay, for the $2. We really appreciate it.
He said the 2008 squad was a team first. We need that back. I think we're building that. I think we're moving towards that. We're moving towards that 08 team. Being ready to maybe insert the quarterback. Yeah, I agree. Shannon, it's your take. So I think you really agree too. Shannon about to get the double fine too. Look at him shake his head. He's like,
I didn't want him to hear me drinking or chewing ice. No, I totally agree with that. And it's you'll find that the teams, the Eagles have their guys. Let's be honest. I mean, we know Carter. He's a live wire. He's emotional. He does some things on the field. But again, there's never a question of effort.
Mm-hmm.
And he's hard to control on the sidelines sometimes.
Yeah. Facts. I agree.
But as you say, these guys are he's putting up huge numbers. Mm-hmm. And somebody said earlier, that, if Pickens was still on the team, I wouldn't be saying any of this. I've been saying it all along.
That's totally
I've talked about his lack of maturity and character ever since they drafted him.
Shannon has been on that for a long time.
I've wanted to be successful for the team, but it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Jamal McCullum, everybody's entitled to their opinion. I was with keeping. I'd have been okay if they kept Pickens. I was okay with trading Pickens. I trust them to do what they need because they haven't got off one receiver that wasn't a good move. Period.
Facts.
Period.
Total facts.
So, these Pickens didn't say anything wasn't true. We're a cheap organization. I think that was debunked. I don't even think that was Pickens' tweet. I think that was fake news or somebody put something out there, photoshopped or AI when he said the Steelers are cheap and stuff. I don't think that was actually Pickens. But Pickens had 10 personal fouls during his years with the Steelers.
Mm-hmm.
We saw lots of whining and crying on the sideline.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of whining and crying on the sideline.
Mm-hmm.
Throwing his helmet, getting mad, getting in fights with fans, all kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We saw him not give 100%. If a play wasn't going to him, he'd dog it out.
Mm-hmm.
He wouldn't go for fumbles and do stuff like that. He's a capable blocker. He was a good blocker at Georgia. He didn't put the effort into that part of his game. So he went from being a good blocker in college to not being a very good blocker at all in the pros. And he never had a really good season. I mean, he had 1,000-yard season one of the seasons, I think, not last year before.
Yeah.
But yeah, he didn't prove his worth. He proved himself to be a headache. I think if he wasn't a headache, I think they could see the potential, and they probably would have gave him 2 years, $40 million just to test him out, and then his next deal after that would be a big deal if he played up to it and became one of the leaders on the offensive side of the ball. But everything going on with George Pickens, he did to himself. I mean, he's a young guy, so I give him that. Young people are supposed to be and can be immature. So hopefully he grows up. But the Steelers didn't do anything wrong, and Pickens didn't say anything that wasn't true because he didn't say what you're saying he said.
Yeah.
When Tomlin gives up on you, you really went too far.
That's facts.
And they said that important players, without naming anybody, important players in that locker room said they'd had enough.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, eventually people get tired of that stupidity and those antics.
And we say a cheap organization, so they always get rated last for workout facilities and stuff like that. But the Steelers pay their players. They could pay T.J. Watt $40 million. Cam Hayward had a couple big contracts. Minka Fitzpatrick got a big contract. Big Ben at the time had a high market value contract for quarterback. The Steelers will pay their players.
I saw a stat today, and I couldn't believe it, and it was totally true. They went all the way back to Louis Lips. All the way back to Louis Lips. Every Steeler that has ever left the wide receiver position, and I don't care if they were under Bill Cowher. Matter of fact, I don't care if they were underneath Chuck Noll, Bill Cowher, or Mike Tomlin. When they leave the Steelers organization, their productivity decreases 20 yards average per season. I read, and matter of fact, who quoted it after I saw the stat, and if you don't believe me, vet it. Club Shay, Chad Ochocinco, and Shannon Sharp got into it about it, and Shannon Sharp looked Ocho in the face and said, he's got to show me that he's not going to follow the train of the history of the Pittsburgh Steelers receivers from Louis Lips all the way to him, that when they leave the Steelers, they're worse receivers. He's got to show me he's different because every last one of them did it.
Well, Plexico was about even kill, but the only guy that really improved was Emmanuel Sanders. But that's because he went to Peyton Manning and the Broncos.
Yeah.
But everybody else, the numbers went down.
No. Emmanuel Sanders went down. His numbers didn't improve. Plexico almost stayed even killed. Plexico was like 7 yards in between. But all the rest of them dropped off 20. Martavius Bryant, Santonio Holmes, all of them dropped off 20 yards.
I think Emmanuel Sanders got better. He played with
I thought Sanders got better because he got more playing time.
With Drew Brees. I bet if you look at his number, his best years wasn't in Pittsburgh. Not in Pittsburgh. When Peyton Manning had the 55 touchdown season playing with Demaryius Thomas, Emmanuel Sanders, and those guys, they was lighting stuff up. So I know Emmanuel Sanders didn't have his best season in Pittsburgh. But yeah, so Steel Reaper, thanks for the $4.99, man. Thoughts on the early buy? I'm not a fan of it. Rather it be week 10. And we'll address it right now, but we'll get into it when we go to the schedule real quick. But we can just get in that now. I'm not a fan of the early buy. I would rather have it more in the middle to late part of the year, like after week 9 or after between week 9 and 11. I would prefer. I think that's when the rest is most needed. But I do think, but it's only because they're playing an early game in Europe, because when you come back from that European trip, they always get those teams to buy right after their game in Europe. So that's more what it's about. I mean, they could have – I don't know why they didn't put the game in obviously in Ireland, but a few weeks later, it could have been – I think they're playing – overseas games until the first week of November, I believe, is the last one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it's like 7 games overseas this year.
Yeah.
So yeah, so you guys not a fan of the early bye, Big G. You were okay with it?
Yeah, because you got to let them rest when they come back from Dublin, man. You got to let them rest.
But
you have to.
You have to. But far as the schedule goes, if they did work playing in Ireland, would you be okay with a week 5 bye?
No, I would prefer the bye to be later in the year, but because they went to Ireland, that's why I'm okay with it.
Man, well, they're always going to do that. That's why it's early, because when you go over there, you come back and you get a bye. But Big G, we're going to your talking points and be quick with it, man, because we ran over. We gotta put some time on the schedule. Big G, your thing was the importance of O-line development in 2025. I know you and Kirby were going back and forth in our Smash the Gas chat talking about Pat Meyer, the offensive line coach. So just kind of address that in just go ahead and tell us what you think, but don't be long-winded like we've been. And not on you, just because the train's behind schedule. I'm trying to get it back on track.
Well, first of all, put Kirby's in the rubber room. First of all, right off the back, I don't even care if he's here or not. Escort him to the rubber room.
I don't have a rubber room in this studio.
Well, put him in the Matrix. In Old Country then. Go and send him in the Matrix. Old Country, man.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
So, I'm not even going to go into it because it's just too much. Kirby's just too much with this offensive line. The dude never even played the position and don't know nothing about it. That's all I'm going to say. How you going to tell me, and I played it all through high school, all through college, all whatever else, and you going to tell me something about it? Stop it. Well, anyway, this is what I want to say about the offensive line. The offensive line is the key to the season for 2025. It is the number one key. It's not necessarily the development of the offensive line. It's the play of the offensive line. I have sat down now and I've watched 8 full games of all 22 film of the Pittsburgh Steelers from the offensive line play from last year. There was a whole lot of plays, man. They were one block away, one hand placement away, one foot placement away. Even with Dan Moore playing left tackle, even with Big Boy Jones playing out of position. Right? They were like a whole bunch of big plays. And I'm like, okay, what's the deal? And then I started thinking about it. And I was like, they're a bunch of kids. And they don't have any continuity because they haven't played with each other. So now you build camaraderie and continuity in that room and you insert a healthy Troy Fautano. If that happens, and the Pittsburgh Steelers, because I'm telling you right now, if we get average to decent, average to a little bit above average offensive line play, you can book 11 wins. If they play above average, we in the mix. Because that offensive line is the key to everything moving forward.
Baby.
We in the mix. If you listen, if we get above average offensive line play, we in the mix. Because the whole key to it is I saw the potential. People are dogging out Jones. They dogging out McCormick. I didn't watch the film. And I'm like, dog, these dudes is just like, I'm telling you, a hand placement away or one guy just turning a guy just a little extra. And I was like, why don't they know how to do that? And if that's not on Pat Myers, that's because their experience as a team on the field and playing together. Now you're going to put Jones in the right spot on left, Fautano in the right. I'm telling you, McCormick jumped from scrub D1AA all the way up to the NFL and handled his business. Oh, he's a dog. You already know about Zach Frazier. Shannon going to co-sign all day and night with him. And Ciomalo's going to be healthy. So if the O-line do what it do, oh, yeah. And I'm standing on business with that. The O-line is the key to 2025 season, bro. The key to it.
100%.
Yeah, I agree. And I think it's just a matter of everybody being healthy. I mean, James Daniel was out last year in week 2. You know, you had to make a move from that. You threw Mason McCormick in there, a 4th-round rookie. Mm-hmm. A lot of us never thought Dan Moore was very good. He proved himself to be average. When he got a contract, I think that's just because he's a 4-year starter left tackle. I think that's why he got paid what he did. But congratulations to him. I think Broderick Jones is playing out of position.
Mm-hmm.
He played left tackle in college, and they moved him to right tackle. I never agree with that. If that was Pat Meyer, if that was Mike Tomlin, just put these guys where they're going to be and let them be where they at.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Fautanu played right tackle in college. He played the blind side for Washington because Michael Penix was a left-handed quarterback. So he should be very strong, and Fautanu, of all the offensive linemen, I think Zach Frazier is the best. I think Fautanu has the best technical work.
Mm-hmm.
His foot movement, his hand placement, his athleticism.
Mm-hmm.
I think he has the potential to be the best lineman on the Steelers.
Mm-hmm.
Gino said Zach Frazier was the cornerstone. I don't disagree with that, Gino. Zach Frazier is one of them Mike Webster, Marquise Pouncey type dudes. Is going to he's going to be the leader of the line when Siamalu leaves.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever that is, I think Broderick Jones he hasn't played like a leader, but I think he has certain leadership qualities in his personality. He gets in guys' faces, he breaks up fights, he defends his teammates, all that kind of stuff you want to see. Now he's got to get the playing part. And then when he gets the playing part down, the younger guys coming in now will respect him a lot more. So I see him as a potential future leader, Zach Frazier, but I think Troy Fautanu is the best technical offensive lineman the Steelers have right now. And he has,
Agreed.
I said a couple weeks ago, I see Mason McCormick in workouts. Mason McCormick looks good.
Oh, yeah, he's in shape. He's in hella shape. I saw him with Gilly and them. Did you see him with Gilly and them? Well, Wallow and Gilly? Oh, he swole up, dog. He swole. I was like, whoa. How did he put on 15 pounds of muscle? He looked really good, bro.
He's
oh, yeah.
Bro.
Oh, yes, he is. Oh, yes, I was like, wow, man.
Let me read this super chat if you don't.
Go ahead, Shannon.
With Claude Bishop for 5. Thank you. Like I said, last week was the first week I wasn't his favorite, and it's getting worse this week. He says, if you want good character guys, then Rodgers isn't that guy. So just play Mason and Howard and let the chips fall as they will. Mm-hmm. Okay. Do you not want character guys? Does everybody want the headaches? Did everybody enjoy watching Pickens pout and throw tantrums like a little 2-year-old?
I'm thinking Claude is siding with you. I'm thinking he's like, why bring in Rodgers if we want character guys? That's how I'm reading it.
Well, I mean, everybody, not everybody, but I'm getting some comments about, you wouldn't care if he was doing, putting up production. When AB was acting a fool, I said it.
Yeah.
And I was concerned of what was going to happen. And guess what happened? It blew it up. That was when the Killer Bees, even Bell, it held out and didn't listen to his mama like he should have.
Yeah.
And he destroyed it. And then AB, you worked his way right out of the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Because he lost his ever-loving mind. But, I mean, I just don't understand it. Is having good character guys that puts the team first, is that a bad thing?
No, absolutely not.
It's
the best thing.
I am not going to miss George Pickens. I'll tell you that right now.
Mm-hmm.
It matters. It does matter. I mean, so thanks for the super chat, Claude. Like I said, I think you were of this side. Like you agree with the good character guy. So why are we bringing in Rodgers in? As far as your comment went, but yeah, I'm completely with you, Shannon. I mean, and like you said, if Mike Tomlin can't deal with you, Big G, adios muchachos. Yeah. That's what that is. Mike Tomlin say get to stepping.
I'll let you.
How many feet are in a mile? 5,280 feet. You pick this ball up, you run every one of them. Get dust.
Run all the way to Dallas, GP.
Yeah. Get them 5,280 steps at times, whatever amount of miles it is, to Irving, Texas, and sit on down there in the Cowboy Star. We'll holler at you, bro. We'll holler at you. Get to stepping.
So, yeah, man. So we're going to jump into the schedule. I like that talking point. We try and have one every couple of weeks or something.
What's this crap? Y'all acting like you care when you don't. That's the problem.
What?
I don't care about the Steelers. I wouldn't even be doing this if I didn't care about the Steelers. It sure ain't for the money, and it ain't to listen. You get comments like that, which is stupid.
No.
This is just freaking trying to piss me off, and whoever, yeah, you did it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you did it.
Yeah.
Because I've cared about Steelers a lot longer and a lot more than about anybody.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you that I want to be able to love and respect and root for all these guys like I always have. But Pickens just didn't measure up, guys. I don't care.
Yeah.
And you don't play when you feel like it. You don't play sometimes. You give your best all the time. And if you ain't willing to do it, I don't give a crap.
I'm with you. I'm with you, Shannon.
Yeah,
I'm with
agree,
you. I ain't gonna miss it. I crashed out because of the timing of the trade, but I done found out some more information. That's why I'm even chilling out even more, y'all. Because the issue is that the Steelers contacted a bunch of teams. Nobody was interested in taking him on draft day, including the Dallas Cowboys. And correct. I can vet that information. I found that out. The Steelers contacted a bunch of teams, and nobody, all 31 of them said, we're cool on that. Because they wanted a J2 pick for him. And all 32 teams said no. So afterwards, the Steelers went back and regrouped, went to the locker room, talked to Tomlin, Khan and Andy Waddle and them all got together, and then they went back to the team and they asked the veterans, dude, do we need to keep dealing with this dude? And the veterans on the Pittsburgh Steelers said, hell no, get him out of here. So, and then from that point, Omar Khan went out back to the market and he went back to the Dallas Cowboys first, and the Cowboys said a 3rd round pick and a pick swap for the 5th, and then we'll trade him. So I crashed out, but I didn't know all the information. So yeah, absolutely. Nobody wanted George Pickens. Let's make this perfectly clear. Nobody wanted George Pickens. Nobody.
You crashed out, Big G?
Oh, crashed all. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Lost it, bro.
Okay. Let's go ahead. Keep an eye on the live chat. I'm gonna pull the schedule up, and we're gonna what's Jamal saying?
Jamal, I vetted it, bro. Yes, they did. The main 3 people was the captains. The captains wanted him up out of there.
TJ and are 2 of them.
Yeah. They wanted him up out of there, bro. They wanted him up out of there. You can vet it.
They've tried to talk to him for the past couple of years, and nothing gets to him. So I definitely am about certain that that's true.
Yes. I vetted it. I'm telling you straight up, they wanted him up out of there, bro. They wanted him gone.
Yeah, nothing against GP. I mean, some young guys are immature. He acted immature while he's in Pittsburgh. Nothing against him. Wishing the best in Dallas. Hope he gets his bag somewhere. I don't think Dallas is going to be able to play him, but I think he can go down there and have a big year and have a change in attitude and maybe get some money. So, I'm rooting for him to do that. Not root for the Cowboys, but root for Pickens to go ahead and grow up. Just because he was a Steeler, like to see him do well now that he's elsewhere. Do well there. Just don't do well no games to get up, because like in practice, Peasy gonna get at you.
Oh yeah. But like this, Tate. Like this. I dare you.
Let's go ahead, man, and jump into the schedule. I'm gonna pull it up. No Diddy. But
the big Diddy.
All right, let's we got about 22 minutes. Let's try and go through. We kind of assessed it all last week. Comment on any game you want to, but don't comment on all of them. We're just picking winners and losers. You can give a quick comment on each game. Each one of them, you can give a quick comment. So, and keep track of your own record. We're gonna call it out after every 3 games.
All right.
As we go down the list. So, week 1, September 7th, Steelers go to New York, play new coach Aaron Glenn, and Justin Fields. Hopefully, for my sake, and I mean, I think he's just a veteran. He's a 4-time MVP. I mean, Aaron Rodgers is weird, but he's with the stuff he does right now this time of year, and we're getting that out the way. I think when the season starts, he'll be okay for 1 year. Get our quarterback next year. Maybe Will Howard develops, and I think we'll be okay. I think Aaron Rodgers gives you the best chance to win this year. But if it's Mason, then it's Mason. But so week 1, fellas, how you see it? What you looking at in that game?
Shoot, Dub, keep it pushing. I don't care Aaron Rodgers there or not. We're gonna beat the hell out of the Jets. Dub, move forward. Shannon, it's on you. I'm gonna be fast with this one. Dub.
Yeah, I'll probably stick with most of mine from last night. So yeah, I think that's a win.
Win for me too. The only thing I see in this game is if it's, I said it last night on Smash the Gas. Go back and look at that on the Know-It-Alls channels because it was really, really a good schedule release show. Lots of fun, antics, and foolery from the 4 of us. Kirby locked in on some foolery.
Did.
But yeah, the only thing could go wrong is if they lose and get beat and
Tate froze. What'd he say, Shannon? He big froze. He got to take that graphic down because that's why he freezing.
It might be, yeah.
Yeah. So he gonna have to go out and come back in. Shannon, let's move. Go ahead, Tate. You froze solid, big time, bro. It's that graphic. It's that graphic.
Let me pull it down, and I just pull it.
Mm-hmm.
I bring it back up each time.
Yeah. Yep.
So yeah, if Justin Fields have a big game, then Yin's going to be doing a lot of this, a lot of bumping them chops. I'm telling you.
Mm-hmm.
Fire Tomlin and Khan. They didn't sign Fields, and they should have. And I think they should have signed Fields. I think the offseason is better if they sign Fields. As they stand today, every move they made all season, the only way it would have been even better than it was if they had signed Justin Fields.
Mm-hmm.
I think. So week 2. So we got them all 1-0. Seattle comes to Pittsburgh.
Dub. I'm standing on business. DK, 140 yards receiving, 2 tutties, dub. I'm standing on straight business with that one. He gonna light them up. DK 140, 2 tutties, dub. On business. Next man.
That's a win, I believe, for the Steelers, yes.
Mm-hmm. You muted.
Damn it, man. I got that being a win too. I said last night the Steelers gonna put Sam Darnold in rewind and make him start seeing ghosts again. Mm-hmm. So that's what I got going on that one, because I don't think Sam Darnold was that guy. So they play against the guy they should have signed. They play against another guy the next week. I'm glad they didn't sign. Yes. And just go ahead and make them both look less than average. Mm-hmm. And then you'll make yourself look good because you didn't sign either one of them. Mm-hmm. And be 2-0. Mm-hmm. So third game of the season, Patriots in Foxborough. Mike Vrabel the coach. Drake May the starting quarterback. Vrabel's going to have them better than they have been. I think the coach, who's the coach? Was it Hightower?
Yep.
Was it Dante Hightower?
No. Yeah, Dante Hightower, linebacker from the Patriots.
Yeah, but it was another linebacker. I think he was the coach. I don't think Hightower could have been the coach. But it was another linebacker, I think. But anyway, he wasn't a good coach. He was in over his head. He wasn't ready for that. But so Vrabel's back. We know Vrabel's a really, really good. I think Vrabel was probably the hottest coach on the market. Mm-hmm. And, he probably could have chose where I thought he would have went to the Raiders, possibly. That opening.
Gerard Mayo, Tate.
Gerard Mayo, that's who it was. Live chat helped us.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Thanks.
I looked it up too, though. I did look it up. Yeah.
So yeah, I got to win that game. 3-0 for me.
3-0 for me too. But it's going to be closer than what people think, because the Patriots, I saw a show today, the Patriots have the easiest strength of schedule in all the NFL based on the records of teams last year, and they improved because you got a better head coach and a better team. So it's going to be a closer game, but they're going to win that one, 3-0.
I think they improved, Big G, but we talked about my homies last week. If you don't remember, it was me, you, and B Dirt. I told B Dirt, that guy Warren Sharp, he doesn't like the formula that they do strength of schedule. They do it based off last year's winning records. You know what I mean? They compile up all the wins and losses from last year. He does it based off projected wins by Vegas win totals, the over-under totals, and figures it out that way. I think that's a better metric in doing it. If teams are projected to win 10 or 11 wins, you say that. So then you kind of go into with what you're playing this year and not what it was last year.
Yeah.
But so so their strength of schedule based off last year is one of the easier ones, like you said. So, but like I said, I think still Shannon, you Patriots.
Yes, I think they win that one.
3-0 for everybody.
You know, Dan Moore play left tackle too, y'all.
Yeah, but he played in Tennessee though.
Oh yeah, he played. I thought he played for the Patriots. He played in Tennessee. You're facts.
Yeah, you just think about Vrabel's old job, but yeah.
Oh yeah, I am. That's facts. We got a super chat tape from Claude.
Claude in the building.
That's facts. That's facts.
Read it.
Claude, thank you for the $2. He said they'll need to average 24 points a game to win. That's facts. And they should.
Yeah,
they should. Improved offensive line play, better wide receiver play, and possibly better quarterback play. They should. We ain't going to be kicking a whole bunch of field goals. Yeah, 24. Yeah, that's facts. I agree.
Yeah, I agree with that too. You need 20. I think 24 is probably like top 12 offense point-wise, I think. You can run that 24, 25 mark. Steelers haven't been there in a while. You know. Next game 4 of the season is in Ireland against the Vikings. What do we think about that one?
Last night, man. Go ahead, Shannon.
I said it was a loss last night. I still stand by that. Today, Mr. Rooney said they're going to get there like flying on Thursday, practice one day, and then have the game. That's what they did last time, and they lost.
Yeah.
When they played them in London, so I think they're going to lose a close game.
Yeah. That's why I changed my pick from last night. Last night when I actually, and then I went and vetted and watched Mr. Rooney say what he said. That's too much of a transition, man, to come. And I know it's a shorter flight. You know, we live in modern times and all whatever else. But, bro, this is an NFL team that you're talking to move completely out of time zones, get on the ground, get one practice, and then go. No, it's not going to work, bro. So I got to take an L.
Don't the Vikings have to do that?
No, the Vikings are going to be there. They're going to stay for a while because they got like back-to-back games in Ireland.
Yeah, but but they still have to go. The back-to-back game is their second game.
I think they're going early, though. I think the Vikings are going earlier in the week.
Then maybe Jamal was right about one of his comments of the Steelers are cheap. The Steelers should go early too then.
Yeah, well, maybe. But that's not saying they're cheap or not. We don't know all the context.
If you don't want to pay for your team to be overseas where you got a game at for that week, then you are being cheap.
No, not necessarily. We don't know the context
of it.
It's
costing money.
Exactly. We don't know the context of it.
What else would it be? Why wouldn't they?
They want to try to stick as close to their normal
routine as possible.
As they can.
Absolutely. They're trying to stick to his normal routine and normal pattern. They don't want to break that up.
It could be something to that. Okay. So I do remember when they played in London. I think that was Le'Veon Bell's first year.
That's facts.
That his rookie season that year. But I got them winning, man. See, this is some of the games where I'm looking at J.J. McCarthy still young. They got to go over there too. They just need big games from the defensive secondary. I like the secondary this year, and I think they can kind of work with. I'm not worried about the Vikings run game. I mean, Aaron Jones don't scare me. You know, it's going to be a secondary game and make J.J. McCarthy uncomfortable in his 4th professional game. First one on a really big stage in Ireland. So I got the Steelers winning that one. I got them 4-0. Y'all got them 3-1.
That's facts.
Next up is bye week. So we talked about the bye week already. Then is that the Browns come to town week 6?
Yeah, the big trash Brownies. Get them out of here. Can't stand them. L's dub. And you ain't even got to talk about it. Dub. I don't give a damn who they can run Bernie Kosar out there quarterback, and we gonna beat the hell out of them. Dub. I ain't even got to say nothing else. 4-1.
That's a win.
4-1. Me, 5-0. So this, I'm starting to see how I got to where I got last night. I got them starting 5-0. Y'all got them starting 4-1. But week 7, that's a Thursday night game.
Yeah.
That'll be tough, but they'll be coming from home and only going to Cincinnati. So it'll be tough playing on a Sunday and playing on a Thursday. but then they get that mini bye. They had a bye, so they kind of get like the bye week, play 2 games in a narrow window, then kind of like get from Thursday to the next Monday night. Then and yes, a Monday night.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't it the 26th?
Yep.
So they get a nice
night.
long break in there.
Mm-hmm.
But the Bengals, I think that's the first one I had them losing because I said they're going to split with the Bengals. So I'm just going to give the Bengals the first game at home.
I got them taking a loss here,
I got
man.
them 5-1.
Yeah, I got them taking a loss the first time to the Bengals too. I just think that the Bengals are going to be so fired up, and they're going to try to score a whole bunch of points and go track meet on them. And the weather will still be relatively okay. So, and the Bengals got holes in their offensive line. So this game could swing either way, but I got them losing. So I got them. That's their second loss. Shannon?
I think it's a loss. I said last night, Steelers are the best team in football on Monday Night Football. They suck on Thursday night, especially on the road. They lose that one.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, so we all agreed on that one. So I have them 5-1. You guys got them 4-2?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay. Now the math is getting complicated. You got to keep up with your own from here on out.
Yes.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah, we're good.
All right, so then we have Green Bay at home. And like I said, I'm pretty sure that's a Monday night because the 23rd,
Yep.
24th. No, it's a Sunday night. Sunday night football.
Yep.
Sunday night football. So not quite. I was given an extra day, but still a nice break off after playing that Thursday game, taking the L. I think they get really ready for Green Bay and Jordan Love. They're a good team. Green Bay is a really good team. I think the home field advantage gives obviously the advantage to the Steelers. So I got them winning that game, and I got them being 6-1.
Yeah, I got them winning. Couple of things. They get basically a bye and a mini bye in the first 8 weeks of the season. If the Pittsburgh Steelers are healthy with a bye and a mini bye at this point, it pays to their total advantage. Second point is, Mr. Rooney said they're getting a brand new throwback uniform for that game on Sunday Night Football. So I'm really excited to see that uniform. I think the Steeler fans will be charged because we're still relevant. I think you're going to get good play. So give me the Steelers on Sunday Night Football to win against the Packers.
Steelers always play great against the Packers in Pittsburgh. This will be a good game because the Packers are a very good young team, but something about playing the Packers brings out the best in the Steelers in Pittsburgh. And like you said, with the throwback uniforms and everything, I think the Steelers win that one.
Mm-hmm. Take your mute.
My bad. And Aaron Rodgers is one of his revenge tour games.
Mm.
So yeah. So what's that make me? I got one loss to the Bengals. So
yeah,
is that
me and Shannon got
6-1? That's 7 games and 6-1 for me. Y'all 5-2 for y'all.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Colts for me, that's a win because Danny Dimes is the quarterback. Or even though the Colts beat us last year and they threw in Flacco, but this game is in Pittsburgh. Colts don't fare well in Pittsburgh. I have the Steelers winning.
I got them winning too. So keep it pushing. Shannon, what you got, bro?
I got them winning.
Yep.
So I'm at 7-1. You guys are
6-2.
Uh-huh.
Okay. The Chargers, that's the Sunday night game.
Mm-hmm.
In LA.
Mm-hmm.
The Steelers historically didn't travel well to the West Coast. I think the past few years they've been doing better. They went out there and beat the Rams not this past season, season before. They beat the Raiders last year or the year before. Kenny Pickett's game, the year before. Did they play the Raiders last year again?
Yes. They played the Raiders and the Broncos.
They beat but they didn't travel to them. I'm trying to think of the games they traveled out west.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so they've been doing better the past few years with that. And I don't believe in the outside weapons yet that Herbert has. They'll get some juice from Amarion Hampton, but we got guys to stop the run. So I got them beating Hardball out there in La La Land. And I got the Steelers being, what is that? That's 8-1 for me.
Yeah, Tate, see, this is where you going off the rails. Listen, East Coast teams don't travel good going west. West Coast teams don't travel good going east. The NFL average just shows that. So as much as I don't want them to lose to Harbaugh because I hate his guts, I think the Steelers dropped this game, and that's their third loss in Los Angeles. Shannon?
Yeah, I think the Steelers lose this game for various reasons, but I think that Chargers have an advantage in the coaching, home field advantage, and the Steelers had been on a little bit of a winning streak. I think they drop that one.
Yep.
Okay. I think I might have a better record tonight than last night because I think I might have picked them 5-2 my first 7 games last night. I got them 8-1 now.
Yeah, you out there all the way again, though. You out there all the way again. All the way again.
But okay, no, but I tried to tell you guys the trends that say they've been playing better traveling west. Mason Rudolph went out there and beat Seattle just in 23. They've been doing a lot better going west. I'm just saying. So that's a little nugget for you guys. Don't change your minds now. But I'm not changing it.
I'm sticking with it.
In November 16th, Sunday, 1:00 game, Cincinnati Bengals come to Pittsburgh. I said they split, so I got to give the Steelers this one. They win this game in Pittsburgh.
Dub, keep it pushing. Joe Burrows, we're not getting swept by nobody in the division. Dub, run it.
Yeah, I think they win the home game against the Bengals. So I think I got him at 8-3 now.
Mm-hmm. Me and Shannon, you got the same record.
Yeah.
Me and you have the exact same record.
So I'm 10-1.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
All right, then November the 12th, we go to Chicago.
Dub. I don't even got his dub. And I'm any Bears fans that want to talk that yet, whatever you want to bet, corner time money, I don't give a damn. We gonna beat the hell out of the Chicago Bears. Dub.
This is where we went off track last night.
Mm-hmm.
And I say Steelers lose in Chicago. They never show up in Chicago. They never play well. It's just like going to Oakland, and when the Raiders were in Oakland, Steelers didn't win there. Steelers don't win in Chicago. So now I'm 8-4.
Yep, I'm 9-3. Tate, you already know you picking the dub.
Yeah, I got to pick the Steelers, man, because I'm just rooting against the Bears. I think the Bears will be a better team. I think they'll be better coached. But I think the Steelers, it's going to be a good game. I mean, beat the brake shoes off, I won't say that. But I will say the Steelers pull this one out and get the W.
Mm-hmm.
Buffalo.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Well,
I got an L.
I'll
Yeah,
start
ahead,
it. That's an L.
I got an L too.
That's 2-game losing streak. Now the Steelers are 8-5.
I got an L. They're 9-4.
I picked this one as a winner last night, but I got to get back on my 14-3 pace. So I didn't pick the Green Bay as a loss like I did last night. I'm gonna go ahead and pick this home game as a loss and say Josh Allen gets it done against the Steelers. Buffalo's defense is gonna be really good this year.
Oh my God, the defensive line is killers.
Yeah, their defense is gonna be really good.
Yeah.
So, and Aaron Rodgers didn't beat them last year in New York. So I'm gonna go ahead and take Buffalo tonight. That's my one flip from last night, but I gave them the Green Bay game, so I'm still on the same pace.
Mm-hmm.
Week 14, the Ravens. I got 2 losses. I don't know how many wins I got 2 losses. You said what are you, Big G?
I got 4 L's and Shannon got 5.
But what's the record? I'm trying to count the games.
I'm 8-5. He's 9-4.
Yeah.
So I must be 11-2 then. Okay.
Yeah.
The Ravens in Baltimore, first week of December.
That's 3 losses in a row.
Wow. Yeah, you did. You were on that last night, Shane.
So 8-6 at this point.
Yeah, I got an L too, bro. I got an L. I said it last night. L dog. If they lose the Baltimore, but Derrick Henry ain't rushing for no 150 yards. And I'll bet anybody want to bet that too. He ain't getting no Bill 50 on us, bro. Anybody want to bet it? Come on with it. No, he's not getting no Bill 50. We're going to lose, though. We'll lose in Baltimore. They'll cheat us, and we'll lose.
We're going to lose Baltimore.
They're going to cheat us.
But okay, man, I'm going to go ahead. And I did this last night. Like I said, I think we split with the Bengals and the Ravens inside the division. So I'm going to go ahead and give like I did with the Bengals, I'm going to give the Ravens the home game. So I guess I now have the Steelers 11-3. I think that might have been my last loss last night.
Yep, it was. It was.
So I'm back on pace at 11-3. Now let's see if I change any of the last four.
Mm-hmm.
Shannon, Miami coming to Pittsburgh in middle December.
And this is where it all starts to turn around, like I said last night.
Mm-hmm.
Steelers win, and that makes them 9-6.
Yep. I give them the dub too. I got them 10-5 at this point. Pittsburgh Steelers 10-5 with 3 left to go. They're gonna blow Miami out. Miami gonna be tanking, so it don't even matter at that point. Miami gonna be taking. They trying to get a draft pick.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and take the Steelers in this one. Keep it moving.
Mm-hmm.
So I got them 12-3.
Damn, Tate, you out there?
Well, you just said you got them what?
I'm at least 2 games behind you.
But what do you have them at?
10-5.
Yeah, I'm 9-6. He's 10-5.
No, our math ain't right. Something's off. But just keep going. We'll add it up at the end.
Well, I got 3 losses this far: the Bengals, the Ravens, and the Bills.
I got 5, and Shannon got 6 losses at this point.
Yeah, I'm 9-6.
Yeah.
All right, Detroit, December 21st, 4:25 game. I think, like Shannon said last night, I believe he said already today, Detroit regresses a little bit. Losing both coordinators is tough. I don't know if it's Aiden Hutchins going to be. Well, he'll be back by then because it's not the start of the season. But yeah, I think Detroit were so well coached offensively, and the aggression of Dan Campbell helped them get leads, which helped their defense because defense got to pin their ears back and play front runner football. So I don't think they'll be that this year. The games will be much more tough and much more competitive for Detroit. They were 15-2 last year. This year I got them more around the 12-5, 11-6 mark. Still a good team, probably still a playoff team. But I got the Steelers going to Detroit. Weather's not a factor in the dome. You just got to stop the running game and St. Brown. I mean, they got a good tight end too. But I got the Steelers win this game.
Dub. And that's going to shock a lot of Steelers fans. I just don't think Detroit's the same team they were last year. They're going to be decent, but I don't think they're the same team. So give me Pittsburgh with a dub right there.
That's 2 wins in a row to get the Steelers to 10-6.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yep. I'm 12-3.
11-5.
Okay, so the Browns. That's December 28th, Sunday 1 p.m. game in Cleveland.
Pittsburgh by 30. Keep it pushing. By 30. We're gonna blow because by then they're gonna have Gabriel out there, Shador out there. We're gonna beat the brake shoes off of them. Pittsburgh by 30. Dub.
Steelers win 11 that'd make them 11 and no. I think the Steelers win, but I'm trying to think. Do I got them at 11-6? That'd be the whole season.
Yes, no, there's one more.
No,
yeah,
2 games.
That's be 11-5 then.
Yeah, 11.
No, it have to be 10-5 for you, Shannon.
Yep.
With 1 to go.
We got 2 left. 2 left. Oh no, the Browns. We're picking the Browns to win. So yeah, you're right. I got them 13-3. Big G, you have them
11-5. No, 11-6. I'm sorry.
No, you got last game, 17 games. You got 1 more game to pick.
Yep.
So, all right.
You're
Lastly,
12-4 right now, Big G, and I'm 11-5 right now, right?
That's correct. Yeah. Shannon's 11-5, and I'm 12-4.
Okay, and I said they split with the Ravens, so I'm not even gonna get into that. Whatever they play, I think this is where Shannon went last night. That's where he's like, depends on this.
Exactly.
But we're just picking games. We're not this and that. So I'm saying they beat Baltimore because they split with them. So obviously, if I said they split during the season and Baltimore already won one, Pittsburgh wins this one. I get to my 14-3 still. Man.
Yeah.
I'm in my Jeff Hartman bag.
Yeah, I got them winning. They're gonna split with the Ravens. They're gonna need it to get into the playoffs. So I got the Steelers winning the game. We keep it pushing. 12 dubs, possibly could be 11. We'll just see. That's my thoughts.
I'll say 11-6 because the Ravens are going to set some guys, and the Steelers is going to need it for playoffs. So I'll say the Steelers win it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're going to need that win to get in.
Tate. I'll commit to 11-6.
Thank you for your committing.
They're going to need that dub to get in.
So Claude Super Chat. Go ahead, one of y'all read it, would you please?
Claude said 10-7, 11-6 if the O-line holds up and decent quarterback play. Claude, I say the basement is 10-7. The max is 12. So, yeah, you're right there, Claude. I'll support you with the facts, and we appreciate it too, bro. I want to know what the live chat said. What's their record? Because there's dudes out there said we're going to win. Somebody said we was going to win 5 games. I want to call out Gavin Anthony. He said 5 games. There was a bunch of other people was talking about we're going to lose this game. Get out. And Big-E Bronco, oh, my God, he was slaughtering the Steelers. He had us like 4 wins. So, yeah, get Big-E Bronco out here.
You probably, I don't know how old Big-E is, but since the 2000s, you've never seen the Steelers with that type of win. The last 25 years almost. So if they had only 4 wins, the Steelers would be getting a top 2 or 3 pick. Last time Steelers had a top 5 pick was in 1970. It was Terry Bradshaw. Never happens. Not going to happen. Mike Tomlin's not going to win. Not going to be below 500. He can't be 500 anymore, so he's not going to be below 500. So the basement for the Steelers any year is 9 wins.
Tate, big punishment. Pull his comment up. Punishment, you Yinzy, you. Get him over there to the Matrix, bro. That joker said that we was going to go 4-13 and Will Howard was going to be the starting quarterback. Get him to the Matrix, man. Yeah, right now.
But hold on, let's read Claude's super chat first. Go ahead.
We did.
That was the
yeah.
That's right. That's the one you always want to put him in the Matrix, Big G, but you gotta give him.
That's the fact, Jack. That's the fact, Jack.
You gotta
that's Claude. Yeah, the live chat is saying escort pun expeditiously to the. I wish we had the rubber room, bro, because you be over there, bro. Wait, Fox 5. Stop that. And Gavin, I see what you said. You said we're gonna have a 5-game losing streak. I hear you, Gavin.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? But oh well, you got gold and you gotta go.
He got both the old and the new country.
Well, I'm about to take that boy Steeler card.
He done got the Big G stuttering.
You got to go, bruh. You gotta go. You gotta go. You got to go.
Mark,
come on, man.
Malone in the building. Almost
what
right.
He said.
Mark.
Yeah. Most of the Steelers fans are saying somewhere between 12 and 10. 12 wins and 10 wins. Most of the people in the live chat are saying, and I think that's a fair assessment. Now, does Aaron Rodgers move the needle? And not defending Tate, but just giving him his thought process. Tate's already thinking that Aaron Rodgers is signed on the Pittsburgh Steelers, where I think that me and Shannon are leaning more towards the fact he's not a Steeler as of yet. Yeah. So as Rodgers becoming a Steeler might change it up and push us more towards Tate. But as of now, as of today, and Tate's thought process, because he's told me this, he's already said that Aaron Rodgers is going to be a Steeler. So I understand that process. I totally get it.
Every game I picked was with the assumption Aaron Rodgers is the quarterback. So that's what I'm going off right now. And I'm to my Charles Barkley. I guarantee Aaron Rodgers is the Steelers starting quarterback.
Tate, you just cursed us because Barkley is a straight curse, dog. And Barkley picking you, Barkley, you about to take a L. Stop that. No more Charles Barkley ever.
That's
no more
true.
Barkley.
I just wanted to say get guarantee like him, man. That's all. Wasn't nothing about his takes. But yeah, man. So man, that's about
Punishment told Claude it ain't bad in the Matrix. It's kind of crazy in here. I like it.
Yeah, we got to get the rubber room over here so you can go ahead and bounce off the walls, big pun, and hit your head against the wall and not really hurt yourself, man. Because sound like right now you're hitting your head against a brick wall. We want to save you from that. So yeah, man, another great show, fellas. Let me just real quick before you guys go ahead with your final thoughts, real quick, guys.
Shannon, the floor is yours, sir.
I don't really have any. I said everything I needed to say, and it was a fun show, and I appreciate everybody, and just appreciate everybody staying faithful and participating with us, and I enjoy and value each of them.
Yeah,
no doubt.
I'm gonna hit y'all with a G-Stradamus on the way out the door. G-Stradamus. Aaron Rodgers will not sign until OTAs. Don't get your hopes up. He'll come in the building once OTAs start. Aaron Rodgers will show up.
Well, that's in like 2 weeks, right?
No, I'm talking about where they're mandatory minicamp, not OTAs. Mandatory
minicamp. Week of
June.
Second week of June.
Yeah, mandatory. That's when he's gonna show up. Don't get your hopes up no time soon. He'll show up then. If he's gonna show up, that's when he's gonna show up. He's not gonna wait until July and all. He's not gonna do that. He's going to show up. He's going to want to be on the team before July 1 because that's signing bonus stuff. For all you guys that forget, the fiscal year flips over July 1. So he's going to make sure that he's on the roster by July 1 so that way he can get his money together. So, yeah, there's a lot of things going on with that. So I look for him to come, mandatory minicamp. He'll sign somewhere in that time period if he shows up to the Pittsburgh Steelers. That's my final thoughts, and people might say I'm wrong, but no, it's with Rodgers. It is about money and incentive in some way, but it's also legacy. So if he's going to play, he's going to want to get there at that time. Tate and Shannon.
Yeah, don't disagree with you, but as long as he's on the way, he gives the Steelers the best chance for this year, not next year, 2025, not 2026. We'll have a new guy or Will Howard and a new guy and Will Howard competing because Will Howard would be a year better. But yeah, Aaron Rodgers is the bridge this year.
Facts.
So and they got signed Mason Rudolph for 2 years. I just want to say real quick, thanks everybody for rocking with us and joining us. Been a great show. We got through a lot of stuff. Appreciate everybody. We got up there quite a bit of views on the YouTube aspect. Go ahead and hit the thumbs up if you haven't. And we'll be, Big G and myself will be on the Homies Overtime Friday night with B Dirt and Pay also. And this Sunday on the Know-It-Alls, we have a special guest, Flash the Kid from the Savannah Bananas. He's going to join our Know-It-Alls podcast. If you guys haven't checked it out, went over there and subscribe, go over to the YouTube channel, the Know-It-Alls YouTube channel.
Put the graphic up, bro. Put the graphic up.
Yeah, I'll put that up, the QR code real quick. So you scan that QR code, take a screenshot of your screen right now if you watch it on your electronic device, phone, tablet, whatever. Scan that, take you right to it, or just type in Know-It-Alls how you see it spelled there. Know-It-Alls podcast. It'll come up. But yeah, Flash the Kid, Savannah Bananas just recently was on the Pivot podcast. He's going from the Pivot to the Know-It-All, so we appreciate him being our guest this week. Yeah. Here's a little clip from the Pivot podcast.
Didn't play ball that year, and then I came over here to the Savannah Bananas. My travel ball coach tagged me in a tryout on Twitter, and I was just like, you know what? I was trying to do the whole independent ball thing. I was working for $10 an hour at Tijuana Flats. Dang. And it was a tough one. And I just didn't have the money to go to independent ball tryout on my own accord because they're like $2,500, $3,000 just to go and try out. That's not food. That's not hotel. That's nothing. But the Bananas tryout, $25. When you show up, you get your $25 back. And also the first 10 people who showed up end up getting a free hotel room. I was the second person to sign up. So I got a free hotel room for the weekend, $25 back. So I was able to eat while I was there. I ended up making the team. I tried out as a shortstop. They liked me because I was quick and I had hands. And I've been here ever since. I've been here for 5 years since the One City World Tour.
Hold up. Limitless. Niggas to me can't pin in it. I thought they.
So,
Yeah.
Hey, they do be banging, don't it, Big G?
Man, I'm telling you. And listen, we might got a banger for y'all too. We working on something in the laboratory. We might have a banger for y'all come Sunday, man. That beat might be banging come Sunday. I'm telling you. We got something in the lab right now.
But yeah, so go ahead and check that out. Go to Know It Alls. It should be a great interview this Sunday at 6 p.m. Check it out if you can. Thanks for rocking with us. For myself, for the little fella and the triple OG, Trip, take us home, man.
Mute and define.
Oh, I was like, that was a good one, too. It was just muted.
It was.
You got enough wind to do it again?
Let's go.